institutional values and best practices. You may be knowing much better than me. So we'll be interacting with on this particular topic. And of course, yesterday some of my friends from Assam wanted a cultural show in the evening in honor of the principles. But that is not possible. That was not designed here. Like particularly when not creating visit is there, then we organize a very well-organized culture show in honor of the not creating members. But here it is not the situation is not there. But I will show you one entertaining Maradona football practice. How a person can transform himself into an institution of his own interest. This is Maradona, you see. I love football, my hobby was football. I did it. Hello, he was an individual. He started at hello. He took football at the age of 10. He visualized, he had a vision to take football as a profession. Then he became professional footballer. And to be professional, really we need a lot of work, a lot of practice, a lot of habit. A lot of habits we need to incorporate in our game. So you see, to transform himself into an institution, Maradona was practicing, was form and habit, characterized, became a leader of the world, became the most valuable footballer in the world. He practice means design habits with certain definite rules. That is called practice. Practice is not ordinary thing. We need to understand what practice is. It is called institutionalized and design habits. Then it is called practice. So we need to know all these things, and we will be discussing what actually National Association is has designed this particular criterion, the 7 criterion, institutional values and practices. We will be talking on that, and we will be discussing on this particular one. You see, Maradona, took football as a profession, and he practiced 11 hours continuously a day. Then he could be the most skillful footballer in the world. He is a legend in football. That way, how we can transform our institution? First, how we can transform ourselves as an individual, as a principal, into a leader. What leader actually means? Leader means a vision with a definite destination, with a definite mission, and also a philosophy called leaders never fails. Leaders achieve the targeted destination under all odds. Let us understand. As we are thinking ourselves as a principal, as a leader behind education, we should understand this particular perception on leadership. That leaders never fail. The society wants performance from the leader. Leaders achieve target, have visions with a definite destination, with a dedication. Please imagine yourself. I am also imagining myself whether I am actually a true leader of a high education or not. If I do not have any vision with a definite destination, then I am not leader. Then I am to design myself to be leader of higher education through certain qualities. So that I am incorporating values in our characters. That will be discussing today. So we could understand how an individual could transform himself into institution, individual into institution trend, design goal, design vision, design profession. Yeah. What is institutional values? It is a definition. Institutional values are the guiding principles. Institutional values are the guiding principles and beliefs that cast an organization's culture, behavior, and decision-making process. The workshop is mainly for governance and management. If we do not incorporate certain values in our system, then it will be very difficult to go for our decision-making process. That is why we need to understand institutional values first. These values serve as compass, navigation compass, where we will go. Without navigation compass, you cannot arrive at your destination. Like rudderless, your boat. Yeah. That is why it is like institutional values like compass, influencing how an institution operates and interacts with the stakeholders. We are having students, we are having teachers, we are having employees, we are having society. These are our stakeholders. We are having government control, we are having institution, we are having policy, central policy, NEP 2020. All these are stakeholders. If we don't have our own values as an institution, as a college is an institution, as a leader of the college, if you do not understand what the value we are incorporating in our college, it will be very difficult to address with our stakeholders. So I am sharing few common values to be incorporated in our institutions. By defining what does it mean, the values, common values. Then hundreds of values we can incorporate in our institutions. But let us understand certain common values. Integrity. Number one, integrity. What integrity means? We need to understand. Higher education leaders need to understand what integrity is. That day, our psychiatrist also was very nicely designed, telling institutional values, characters, traditions, and culture, which we call as not defined practices. It is not called tradition. NARC has designed one particular criterion, that is constitutional values and practices. We do not call it tradition. From the perspective of NARC, we call it practices. We need to understand what practices is. So integrity, let us go through what integrity means. It means doing what is right even when no one is watching. We are doing certain things to show only NARC. NARC is coming. Let us do this thing and show it this thing, let us do this thing. That is not integrity. Employees, when principal is there in the college office, then some employees will work, otherwise they will go away. That employee is not having integrity. Some teachers take class when principal is present. Or else, it's not it. You are all like principal, it's not it, that is. Yeah. So how to integrate the integrity, there is value in our institution, in all stakeholders, so that all students, teachers follow or they become a man of integrity, a stakeholder with integrity. So that is called integrity. Integrity, it means doing what is right even if there is no principal, and even the principal or teacher is doing his own job, he is a teacher of integrity. And how do you incorporate this one? How to develop such behavior in the institution at large. That is the institutional value. So acting with honesty and adhering to the highest academic, professional, and ethical standards to the maximum extent. That is called devotion. How we can create an environment of integrity, dedication, and devotion of our students and teachers. Many academic institutions are there. I have visited many institutions in and out. In India also we are having such institutions where we find entire environment is integrated. It is not that we are not having such institutions. So, number one, this our today's Kakati was also talking about respect. Let us understand this well, the true sense of the term. Respect means treating others with kindness and empathy. As a principal, only scolding will not do. You will see from the perspective of the students, from the perspective of the teachers and employees. That is called empathy. The principal should integrate this particular character, that is called respect, in his characterization. Then gradually, the respect, the value is to be incorporated in the institution through certain processes. That is called honoring dignity of each person, embracing civil discourse, and fostering diverse and inclusive community. Suppose we are having diverse society, diverse community, diverse religion, diverse background, diverse religion. But we should develop such an environment in our institution where everyone feels all backgrounds, means religion, caste, community. When they enter the college, they'll feel safe. I am not Hindu, I am not Muslim, I am not tribal, I am not OBC, I am OBC, this one. This is called another level. So as a principle, this respectfulness should be incorporated by the individual. First, then it is to be, designed in the institution, gradually in a system. A structure you will develop, and process of implementation, the respectfulness, So, what is responsibility? Responsible behavior contributes to the overall success of the institution. Suppose you are having a study development plan. Institutional development plan is a must in new education policy. But I asked yesterday also. I asked professional, even UGC people also. There is no strategic development plan for school. Strategic development. We are to move from stack to open, frankly speaking. When in 2015, there is an adoption of resolution in the United Nations called, there is a threshold point, and adopted 17 sustainable development goals, and India signed it. All the member countries of the United Nations signed that they will implement, sustainable development goals, 17 designed sustainable development goals. And then only India understood that we are lagging behind. Then immediately, Kosturian was called, and he was requested to develop a new education policy which is holistic. The new education policy is a ray of hope for India, which will be based on Indian ethos, as our Kakati has very rightly focusing life on localization. That is the concept. So we need to understand all these points. That is why an innovative idea generation, we need to develop an innovative idea generation environment in our having the quality, excellence in his brain. Then that will be incorporated in the whole institution. That is called, the number 2 is global competitiveness. NAC is working the second, quality framework is global competitiveness. Suppose you are publishing a paper in an Indian journal. There is national level competition. You publish an international journal, means your competition is going up. Not creative or not process, somewhere want to see the college is now in the process of global competition. You also somewhere else. That is why innovation is a must. That is in your third criteria. Research, innovation, and extension. So, without discovery, without innovation, how you will go for a startup? What you will contribute? Only through NSS and NCC. We need to understand what excellence is. Excellence is having continuous improvement is called, he is an excellent teacher. Last 5 years, he has published 10 publication. He's an excellent teacher. He developed teaching technology of his own. Excellent teacher. That is, you understand it. Continuous effort and dedication to quality are key to achieve goal. This is key to achieve goal. There is excellence is excellent value, individually and excellent teacher. Only meeting on time. But gradually, when your stakeholders, student and teacher will know that our principal will come 15 minutes before the meeting is arranged. Then gradually, that will be institutional value will be incorporated in the institutional character, in the tradition, or it may be in practice. So, building strong connections and contributing positively to the society, collaborating for the betterment of institution, the communities served, and the whole at large. That means, third, your quality framework is tax savviness. Fourth is value incorporation in the institution, and fifth one is significant contribution for the societal growth. There is a framework, quality framework. What is the contribution of the college for the development of the community? Extension activities. What is the level of extension activities? This is called community. That is called community. That is a valuable and the peace and prosperity. Our goal is to bring peace and prosperity to the globe, to save our planet. Now we are in danger. The human civilization and the so-called Homo sapiens are in danger now. If we do not implement these 15 or 17 sustainable development goals at all levels of human society, at institution level, your institution level, at university level, state level, or as a nation as a whole, or global as a whole. We need to join hands, put our brain together and join hands so that we can implement all 17, but in no poverty, even with the peace. Strategically designed. These goals are very strategically, means based on priorities called strategic development, strategic arrangement, based on priority, signed in this particular United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, then they come to the fourth. Of course, PhD in Assam, like him, his number one best practice is cleanliness. Kanakos, sitting here. And he got awards, many awards. So now, I asked him in the morning also today, if you call it a best practice, then it should be, you should organize outreach programs on this cleanliness. It should be transformed. It should reach the community level. And there is a definite format for, there is a definite format for best practice. Whether we'll discuss later on. So, best practice is having a definite format designed by now. So, I requested him to make it a best practice, so that other colleges also follow it. Then it will be called best practice. Otherwise, he is having a practice. Again, it is not one resolution, governing body, then final allocation, then it should be incorporated in the institutional development plan. Annual planning, allocation of fund, and a particular organization, clubs, he may engage 5 clubs, student teachers, to implement his best practice. He should be having some benefit, institution and as well as in the community. That is called best practice. So clean and sanitation, then affordable, clean energy, affordable and clean energy. Market design all these things earlier. Affordable energy we are incorporating in our system. This is a value actually. Value can help you managing and governing your institution, our institutions. So if you can develop decency in work among our stakeholders through certain process and procedures, then it will be very easy to run your govern your institution, is not. Decency work and economic growth. So very rightly, where there is decent work, economic growth will go up. That is called, in simple terms, we can call work culture. There is no, if there is no innovation, how industry will grow? There will be static LPG, liberalization, globalization. No. It's a beautiful city now. It is not sustainable now. What is not sustainable? But some sustainability in your should be there. You understand everything that I am talking about this. We are talking about our traditions. If there is a climate change, this is a logo actually. Ozone is the star. But pollution is there, land pollution is there. Whatever our Supreme Court is managed by politicians. Court is managed to pass a particular law, particular policy. There is not 10 principles together forming a cluster for implementing certain values and things for sharing. That is called partnership. There is not only partnership to implement sustainable development goal. Partnership means for all. This is value. Tinsuka district formed colleges. Practice. So let us understand the definition of institutional best practice. Best practice are quality enhancing academic, it may be academic, it may be administrative, it may be infrastructure, strategies adopted by the institutions of higher learning in the present millennium. Target 1, there is 1,000 plants production in a nursery set with an complementary nursery development course. If you can do all these things at a time, design mission, in a particular time frame, that is called plan, with an supporting finance, then only it will be beneficial. It will be beneficial. The practice will be beneficial for the community or quality framework designed by National Education Council to judge the institution values and best practices. And weightage is 100. 100 weightage is there. And there is a distribution of marks in the weightage of the criterion number 7. It is divided into 3 basic subjects. Institutional values and social responsibility 50. There will be 50 weightages. How the principal can design this one? 100 weightage and hundreds of 100 you can take. How you can get 100 out of 100? You can get 100 out. If you are targeting A double plus, of course A double plus is not that quality so far as the global competition is concerned. But even then that is the best. That's given. They are giving clue. Clue means indicators, key indicators. In what area you can focus and get full marks. Environmental conscious and sustainability is 26. Inclusion and it should be part of the institution development plan.
That should be continuous.
Yeah, that continuous. Not only main power supply. That's wheeling degree. If you are not doing that one, please do that for next 5 years. Wheeling degree. Clues. They do not have water, then you can research with the water from your. And a lot of motorcycles, bikes are allowed to inside. Then the ecosystem will be damaged. That is why test and start. Motivation first. Then is on the 3 and green campus recognition award. For 6 you can maximum do 3, adopt 3 or 4. Ramps and lifts. One rights, you are putting rights, you are sensitizing the students like this. Values you have to sensitize. You are telling me all these events.